Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Barn on 11970, and I really want to talk about this because this really bothers me. Now, most of you that watch my channel know that I don't watch mainstream media. I am sick and tired of media lies, media propaganda, and I'm tired of these news places trying to talk about things that they don't really research. They just read off a script. I'm tired of people like Bob Costas talking about stuff he has no business talking about. Now, if you don't know about this yet, Bob Costas, who is a sports announcer, decided to go on national TV during a Sunday night football game on NBC and talk about gun control. And basically, it is nothing more than propaganda from a person that has no business talking about it. And the thing that disturbs me the most, and I'll show you a video of it, it's like a minute and a half long comment that he makes. The thing that bothers me the most is when he ends it by saying, and if such and such person did not own a gun, those two people would be alive today. So basically what they're trying to do is promote getting rid of the Second Amendment, which, let me tell you something, I don't own a gun. But I'm telling you right now, stuff like this makes me, one, want to join the NRA, and two, actually makes me really want to reconsider that and actually want to purchase a gun. Because let me tell you something, Hitler disarmed his country in the way of protecting the private citizens of Germany. When you disarm the public, you can control them a lot easier. And also, people need to understand, there are evil people in the world. The people that use guns in an evil way, if there were no guns, they would still have them, because criminals are the ones that break the law. Now, this person that shot these two people, he had his gun legally, but obviously he had an intent to murder these people. So if he didn't have a gun, he could have stabbed them to death. So what are we supposed to do? Ban knives? What if he choked them to death? Are we supposed to ban gloves? I mean, it might be a little facetious what I'm saying right now, and maybe even a little sarcastic, but we have the right to defend ourselves. And let me tell you something, crime does not go down in countries where there are no guns. Look at Australia, for example, that just a couple of years back actually disarmed their people, and crime went up. Why? Because only the honest, law-abiding citizens gave up their rights and gave in their guns. Criminals don't do that. So now you have a society that cannot protect itself properly, and criminals who will still have their guns and say, wow, if I break into this house, I don't have to worry about being shot because there's no more guns. So I could take my gun, shoot a bunch of people or hold them at gunpoint and rob people left and right and go up and down the houses on the block and no one could do anything. Now let me tell you something. I don't believe in violence. I tell people all the time on my videos, and obviously because I deleted my old channel, you're not going to be able to see these things, but I've promoted and I try to promote love, unity, friendship, and trying to work together. So I don't believe in it. And that's why I've always said that even though I believe in the right to own guns, I also believed in my right to not have one. But now this really makes me really want to get one. Makes me want to join the NRA. And Bob Costas should shut the fuck up. Because all he's doing is reading a script that the mainstream media from NBC gave him to read. And it's blatant gun control propaganda. And I'm sorry, but this is coming from a person that doesn't even own a gun. People have the right. Why do you think we became a liberated country from the British Empire? Well, basically, if you study history, you really know that's really not true, but the history books will tell you that because you'll believe anything that you're told. But it was because of the fact that we had the ability to create a private militia. That is what the people were that had guns that had to fight the war. The United States of America Corporation didn't have an army. They had a bunch of people with guns willing to protect themselves against tyranny. So, I understand there are people out there that have had bad situations from bad people. Well, let me tell you something. What about drunk drivers? What about people who willingly go into a car, getting drunk out of their minds, and driving home, and then ending up killing somebody? Should we ban cars? Should we ban people from driving? I mean, where does it end? So I know there's going to be a lot of haters on this, but let me tell you something. As a person that tries to promote peace and love, I don't like what they're trying to do. Because if they try and promote this propaganda from a sportscaster on national television during a football game, What other levels are they willing to go to? And unfortunately, the masses will believe the majority of things that they're told on TV. That is why it's called a television programming. But let me show you what he says, and you can take it for yourself what you think about it. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this.
In the aftermath of the nearly unfathomable events in Kansas City, that most mindless of sports cliches was heard yet again. Something like this really puts it all in perspective. Well, if so, that sort of perspective has a very short shelf life, since we will inevitably hear about the perspective we have supposedly again regained the next time ugly reality intrudes upon our games. Please, those who need tragedies to continually recalibrate their sense of proportion about sports will seem to have little hope of ever truly achieving perspective. You want some actual perspective on this? Well, a bit of it comes from the Kansas City-based writer Jason Whitlock, with whom I do not always agree, but who today said it so well that we may as well just quote or paraphrase from the end of his article. Our current gun culture, Whitlock wrote, ensures that more and more domestic disputes will end in the ultimate tragedy, and that more convenience store confrontations over loud music coming from a car will leave more teenage boys bloodied and dead. Handguns do not enhance our safety. They exacerbate our flaws, tempt us to escalate arguments, and bait us into embracing confrontation rather than avoiding it. In the coming days, Javon Belcher's actions and their possible connection to football will be analyzed. Who knows? But here, wrote Jason Whitlock, is what I believe. If Javon Belcher didn't possess a gun, he and Cassandra Perkins would both be alive today.
That right there